Alicia.
Danielle, hi. Oh my God, I can't even believe
Kyle.
it. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. This grant opportunity is it's the best. It's wild. It's incredible. So thank you. I'm so grateful to have won the 5K.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited to call you. You have, I think you've done a few rounds, haven't you? You went to the public
Yeah.
vote and you've thrown your hat in the ring for the 5K. And I was so excited when your name popped up because I was like, fuck yeah. I know your story and I know that you will
Yeah.
put that money to good use. So I'm just so stoked for you.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I mean, I think this is round four, so I've been in it from the beginning, I think, and
Ah,
trying
cool.
to get all my friends and family and everyone I know and everyone on LinkedIn and all my socials to vote. And it's a challenge to get the popular vote, but I'm absolutely thrilled to get the 5K because I feel like the judges' vote is a validation for what I'm doing as well. I think
Yeah.
um, it's based on that kind of that vote is based on merit, which I feel, we're driving a lot of social impact, we're making a difference, and that's kind of to be recognized for that. I feel incredibly stoked, incredibly stoked.
So good. Well, let's start out by telling everyone who you are and what you do.
Yeah, cool. So Alicia Nagel, I'm the founder and CEO of Zonely. And Zonely exists to build community and connection through social sport. So we're a booking engine, so a place like a marketplace for people to go and find times and days to play social sport, but also we're building a really inclusive and kind and encouraging community. We started with golf, and golf is in my family. So my grandfather was a professional golfer, and I've played a little bit more in my older years. And I was looking for kind of that mixed gender, really inclusive, really fun and friendly social golf club, but it didn't really exist. So I created one. And then eventually we'll domestically scale into other areas. Well, at the moment we're in Sydney, and then we'll scale into other sports as well. So think of it like a booking.com. But for social sport, and then with a really kind of kind and friendly way to kind of find, like-minded people, but also kind of reduce intimidation and anxiety around kind of getting out and playing a sport and getting active and thriving. That's what we want. We want connection and community and for people to thrive.
I think it's so cool because, I love the idea that we're creating community around something that's, not drinking for starters.
Yes.
It gives people the opportunity to find people who want to do an activity, who want to get out of the house, who want to engage, who want to be active. I just think it's so clever. And you're right. Like if I thought about, okay, I want to go and do something this weekend, where would I go? There really isn't a place to go for that. So I just think what you're building is really clever, but also really amazing and impactful as well.
Yeah, thanks. And I think, while it's a tech business, so while I'm a startup founder, I'm also building social impact. So what we're doing as well is making sure that we're tracking the amount of exercise minutes that people were doing. And we just hit
Ooh.
70,000 on the weekend through
Oh
Zonely,
my
which is
God.
incredible.
Awesome.
So we're doing that. We're reducing loneliness. We've never been more lonely since the pandemic. We're on our
Mm.
phones too much and our devices. Like, how do we get people off social media and off, technology? So what Zonely is really an enabler to connect people, but then put the thing down and go out and get active and socialize and just meet some really cool people, but kind of reducing that barrier to entry for, like you said, not being able to find a place to search out like-minded people to play sport with. So that's kind of, yeah, that's the crux of what we're doing, which is really, really cool.
So cool. And so what will 5K mean to Zonely? What will you be able to do?
Oh, I mean, it's wild. I have been on a fundraising journey since the start of this year, and we haven't got that far because it's a really tricky economy. And as
It's
a
really
sole
hard right
female,
now.
right, sole female
Mhm.
founder too, we get less than 4% of global funding. I think that's the stat. It could be
Yeah.
less. It could
It's
be.
I think it's
It's
even more horrific
it's
in like
woeful,
America. I think it's like
right?
2%. It's
And then
crazy.
also add in the fact that, like, I know I'm white, and so that comes with some privilege, and so people of color, underrepresented groups, like, it's even less. And so
Yeah.
the fundraising journey is one thing, and then the trying to apply for just government grants. I applied for one early this year, and it was I spent 100 hours. And the
What?
risk is, do you get it? Do you not? Do you go for it and spend that time? Does the business sort of stop while you're doing this work? And so huge challenges around funding, essentially.
Yeah.
And then so that stops me from building a team. It stops me from growing and scaling. It stops me from making more impact. So the 5K will absolutely help all of those things. So at the moment, we're in a design sprint for a brand new digital platform, which is super exciting. So that will go towards the design work, and because I'm not a designer. I mean, I try in Canva.
Yeah.
I do my very
Yeah, I
best.
try in Canva too.
Right. But I know it's a skill set that I need. And when we're talking about a mobile app and a website, like there's some
Yeah.
pretty, expert level design work that's required. And then things like, I have rent to pay for the business. So, and then I have operational expenses, software, like Canva, perfect example.
Yeah.
That's $170 a year. So there's like all of these types of expenses that add up. And that's what I love about the Spark grant, is that you can put it towards these things. There's a lot of grants, especially government ones, that they say, no, can't go towards salaries, can't go towards operational expenses, can't go towards, technology. It has to go towards specific programs and initiatives. And I just think they're missing the point around supporting founders, supporting business owners that are trying to make a difference. And so when they put these rules in, and that's what Spark isn't, which is why I love it, because I think I needed that help, as a solo founder, solo employee as well. I'm trying to build the business, generate revenue, all those sorts of things, apply for grants, but hopefully also pay the things in the business that are required to be paid for, which is what the 5K will absolutely go towards.
Oh my God, I love it so much. I couldn't agree with you more. So I've been a tech founder for, oh God, maybe 12 years now. And so I've applied for every effing grant on the planet.
Right.
And it just drove me bananas, especially the ones that were like, you have to spend the money external to the business. Like you have to spend a consultant or an agency or a whatever. And I was like, that's just so infuriating. Like it's basically telling female founders, if not any founder, you don't know how to spend money in your business.
Right.
Like, that's basically what it's saying. And it just used to drive me up the wall. And the fact that it would take so long to apply, it would take so long to find out if you got it or you didn't get it. There was all the controversy a couple of years ago when they told everyone they got through to the next round and they actually didn't. And oh my God.
Boosting female founders, what a mess.
I just don't understand why we make it so hard to give women money.
Right. I think because that's how it's always been.
Yes.
And it's like we need to ask permission in order to get grants, get money, get funding. I feel like that time is over now.
Yeah.
Let's stop asking. Let's just start doing and making and creating and being and, all the impact that we're creating. Because female founded businesses absolutely do better than male only businesses. And there's proof, there's research, you can find it. So I just, I think it's a bit bizarre that also there's a lot of matched grant funding, which for someone like me who's still in the early days of building and doesn't quite have, $50,000 or $100,000 to match that funding,
just
that's
sitting in the bank account, just waiting,
just
burning a hole in your pocket.
That's just pocket change. Oh, hang on, here it's just in my back pocket. I find that kind of also detrimental to female founders, and then underrepresented groups, especially because we're likely to not have that funding because of the 4% thing I mentioned before. So then you're asking us to match funding for funding we don't already have. It's such a just a sort of vicious circle, isn't it, really? I think things are changing though, and I definitely think that Spark is leading the way in this kind of let's call it a new grant world.
Yes, let's do that. World. Let's set the standard here.
And the support, I think, it's also amplifying the kind of impact that we're making. Not only does the grant really help, it's also like, wow, the judges vote, that was based on merit for Zonely. And so then that becomes an amplified message around, oh,
Yeah.
it's actually been, Zonely's been verified and validated by, you know, an independent judge that they're doing amazing things. So
Yeah.
that also helps as well.
Exactly. And that's it. I love, and it really speaks to the quality of your application as well. But the judges really look for, if we give this person 5K, will they actually know what to do with it in their business?
Yeah.
It's very easy to say, I'll spend it on marketing. It's like, sure. Don't get me wrong. I would like an extra 5K to spend on marketing every day of the week.
Yeah.
But I remember when I looked at your application, it was so strong in terms of this is what we've already achieved. And if
Yeah.
we spend it on X, Y, and Z, this is what we can go on to do. Like, you were so clear about it. And I
Yeah.
know that's what the judges look for. They look for, okay, if we actually give this person money, are they going to take it and actually grow their business? So they were so confident in you, which is just
So I think
amazing.
it's amazing. Yeah. When you called, I was so thrilled. We could tell everyone I was actually on another call, and I saw a missed call of a number I didn't recognize. And usually I screen them. Doesn't
I
everyone?
totally screen them too.
And then I got a message, like a text saying, "Hey, Alicia, it's Danielle from Spark." And I was like, oh my God, oh my God,
I've got to go.
oh my God, oh my God. And of course I called you straight away. And so, yeah, I've just been absolutely thrilled. The money was wired within 24 hours, which that never happens in the grant world. So I've already started, using it for these operational expenses and the business bills that tend to pile up. So I think that the best advice for anyone applying is absolutely go for it. It's a pretty short and sharp application. There's only a couple of questions. I mean, I just applied for a different one last week, and it was 18 questions. It was 2,500 words, and it took me 4 hours, and so, yeah, you've got to kind of weigh up the time. But anyway, the Spark grant, it's a video. Can be really like, lo-fi. It doesn't have to be professionally done at all. You just do it on your phone. And it should only take you, maybe an hour or so to do. And the benefit is you can keep going in. If you don't win one time, you can go in again. And that's what I did. And so number 4, here we are. And so absolutely think about, it's very impact driven grant. So think about the impact that your business is making. The numbers, the evidence behind that, which, as we've just talked about, was really strong in my application. The things around, like I said, 70,000 minutes of exercise. We've connected more than 250 people. There's 1,000 human connections, in real life, which all of the social impact metrics that we're creating through, even though Zonely is a for-profit, for-purpose business, we are creating those social impact metrics. And so I would absolutely encourage anyone applying to make sure that you have those social impact, the numbers really stand out for any grant, but especially for the Spark one, because I think that's why, we got over the line, which I'm super thrilled about.
Oh my God, it's so good. And I love that, that was going to be the question to you is, whether it was easy or not. And I think we've ranted enough about
Yeah,
other
100%.
how they compare. And I mean, I just love it as well, because a lot of people do hold themselves back, and they do go, it's too much, it's overwhelming. I don't want to, put myself out there, whether it be through the video or asking for the votes. But it's just wild how actually sitting down, answering the questions, creating the video builds that confidence muscle. And then if you do go for the public vote, what's so wild to me is a girl sent me, one of the amazing other applicants, she got in the paper about it, like, because she was out there like raising awareness, trying to get votes. The local paper like profiled her, and she's made more sales because now she's got a free article in the paper. And the flow-on effect of just putting your business out there is also where it's at. Yes, the money's good, don't get me wrong, I know we all want the money, but actually creating awareness and showing up for your business, it kind of forces you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I think if we can do more of that, then great.
Totally. Yeah, be proud of being a business owner and a founder. Don't shy away from that. That's something that I am the face of Zonely. I am the person that's building this community, that's the connector, that's the networker, that is also, the marketer and the CEO and the customer service person as well. But I think that's helped me. And obviously I seem quite confident, but that takes a lot of practice. And you know, we launched in March 2023, but I'd been working on Zonely for a long, long time during the pandemic and really sharpening my story. And that's when, you know, PR and media can really pick up on that, because then they say, well, that's a really interesting, you know, story or business. And absolutely, you need to be comfortable in kind of promoting yourself. It's a bit like that, but it's also for the good of your business too, right? And like you said, you
Yeah.
can end up getting interviewed or profiled or some more media, and that ends up helping your business. So yeah, don't be afraid to kind of ask for help. Don't just keep asking for the votes. Absolutely, just keep asking people. You might feel like you're annoying everyone, but it's the least you can do to kind of get more people behind you. And if, you know, if people aren't willing to vote for you, then maybe you need to think about them as a friend.
Considering
Or a
all it
business
is,
contact.
it's like
Yeah.
3 seconds and their email
Oh,
address.
right.
And
It's the quickest thing ever.
it's like it's an opt-in for marketing too. So we don't even like
Right.
email market to them
Yeah.
afterwards. Like they're not on the
Exactly.
hook for like Spark
I
emails or
know.
anything.
It makes me think, oh, if you haven't voted for me and you ask me for a favor soon, then I'll double think
We'll
about that.
see.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've just had so much amazing support from friends and family, you know, people in the startup ecosystem as well. So I'm genuinely thrilled and over the moon that we got this 5K, which I'm gonna make it last as long as I can, Danielle.
I love it. And I know you are going to put it to good use. So, again, congratulations, Alicia. You are amazing. Zonely is incredible. And I can't wait to check in like the next 6 to 12 months and see how everything has unfolded for you.
Thanks so much, Danielle. Thanks to Spark. And yeah, if you're thinking about applying, absolutely go for it. Don't hold back. If you've got a great business, a great idea, a founder, please just go for it, because this is a tiny bit of that life-changing moment that when you get that belief from, you know, this type of grant or this opportunity, then it really helps you get to that next stage, and it like helps you with that resilience. And now I feel like I'm at the top of the roller coaster now, because it absolutely is a ride. And I just have, yeah, thanks so much, Danielle and the team at Spark. Really appreciate it.
Amazing.